we're going to be opening a bell.
We have to destroy the mold.
Do you know how bells are made?
Nor do we. And that's why we came all the way to Agnone in the beautiful region of Molise, so central southern part of Italy. And we are about to enter this Fonderia, which is, imagine this, the second oldest family-run business in the world,
you guys, in the world. And it's in this small town in this beautiful region, and we're gonna see how bells are made from scratch. Now this is a bell, and it's like, why are there bricks? And Ivo from the Fonderia Pontificia Marinelli is going to explain how we get from this to a bell, actually.
Yes, a bronze bell, yes. Hello. This is a reproduction in sections of the steps that we have to follow to create a mold in clay that have to receive the bronze at 1200 degrees. Almost all the time here we don't work the bronze, we work the clay. Okay? But before we have to create a skeleton in bricks that we have to cover with the clay till to obtain the empty of the bell, the inside. Okay? That at the end there isn't, but starting the process is the first part that we have to create. And we call it soul.
The soul of the bell.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Then, here you can see the soul finished with the fake bell in section on it.
Okay.
The fake bell stop here, so from here to down is nothing, just a base of work. This is the thickness of the fake bell, and this will be the thickness of the real bronze bell.
And I was looking at that. What's
Yes.
this? It helps build
Is
the soul?
Yes, the soul and also the fake bell is the template that we use to create the shape of the bell, of the internal face with this part in iron, and of the external face of the bell without the iron here, only with the wood.
It's amazing. Amazing. I mean, thinking that this is knowledge that dates back to centuries.
Yes,
It's just, you know, how much trial and error, because I think it was trial and error. Piano piano, uno, you know, it was just, and so much, wow, I'm fascinated. Already here, we have to go all the way down to the end. And then?
Then, creating the fake bell, we have to
Okay.
respect some proportional measurements to obtain the note that the bell have to ring.
Because a bell rings just one note.
Yes.
Did you know that? I did not.
Every bell have to ring a note that we choose starting the process, and this is possible from the 15th century. Molise Foundry cooperating, find the measurements and wrote a table in which there are all the notes of the piano, completely all the octaves, sharp, flat, tall, and all the measurements to respect to obtain a bell that rings the relative note. So now we know that the first data that we have to consider to start the process for every bell is always the base diameter. And then we know that the height of the bell need always the same measurements of the diameter of the base. The diameter on the top is always the half of the diameter of the base.
Because it actually looks,
Longer,
it looks
yeah.
longer than the...
No, the maximum thickness, 1/14 of the diameter of the base. The minimum thickness, 1/3 of 1/14, is geometric.
Wow, this is, I mean, wow.
For every bell, it's always the same. So at the end, only the sides change. More is big the bell and more the note is deep. A little bell have a note height.
That makes sense.
Ding, boom. Then we have to decorate the bell for the customer with images and inscriptions. We use a technique called lost wax. You have to imagine those decorations in wax, this crucifix in wax, in clay. Also the decorations, first of all, born in the clay. Then we have to obtain a stamp of the decoration in clay, and we do it with plaster in dust and water.
Okay.
We create a creamy that we leave on the decoration in clay. Plaster in water, drying, solidify, and tips the negative. No? So we have the plaster stamp in which we can put liquid hot wax that in few minutes become cold, solid, positive again, and so we can take on the stamp and stick on the fake bell.
So you stick it. So you do this, you first, because this is wax.
Yes.
I can feel it, it's wax. And the wax is made by this, with this paste.
Exactly. And this is made by the clay. When we finish to decorate the fake bell, we have to put on it the clay of the cloak, the third step, that now we need to reobtain again the negatives. We want the negatives of all the external face of the fake bell decorated with the wax in the internal face of the cloak. When the cloak dry and takes the negatives inside, we put into the mold from the top, there is an hole, some coal to liquefy the wax. That's why the process name is lost wax. We liquefy the wax and so we can put up the cloak in which we find the negatives that we want. Then we can also put up the fake bell. That's the fake bell that now have not the decorations because we liquefied it. And we don't need more it. We can destroy it and recycle it to recreate molds like this. So now we have only cloak and sole, the first. And we will put up the cloak on the sole.
Okay.
Here now, where was the fake bell, we have the empty space to pour the bronze from the top. The bronze enter in all the space and becoming cold and solid, it becomes exactly like the fake bell decorated with the wax, but all in bronze.
Wow. So that one, the first one with the bricks, will stay and it will be used for other bells, right?
No.
No.
We can't reuse nothing because the bronze enter at 1,200 degrees into the mold.
course.
So the mold clay, the clay worm and stick on it, on the bronze. When we have to free the bell, we have to destroy the mold. There aren't copies.
There aren't copies.
Each piece is a unique piece.
And so from the brick
Yes.
to the final bell, how much time does it take?
3 months.
3
Yeah,
months.
more or less 3 months, depending on the size of the bell, week more, week less.
And how many people? Is there one person who is specialized in the brick, one person who is specialized in the wax, or from start to finish, one person has, how does that work? Because there's a lot of knowledge.
Yes, I can say that all the artisans knows all the steps.
Okay.
But we have who work on the sole, who decorate the fake bell, who create the cloak. They are all involved together in the casting. After the casting, there is also the artisans that have to chisel the bronze, obtain a smooth, a brilliant bronze with several tools. All the artisans knows all the steps, but they work separately. All the bells around here now are ancient bells, all bells that rang in their life till the end of their life. They can live for centuries.
Okay.
But you have to have care of it.
Oh, of course.
They are not statues fixed in a square. They ring, receive heating, have tools to swing, so
Yeah.
they need maintenance. It's Benedetta Marinelli from the family. Okay.
We have a very special guest that just arrived. Her name is Benedetta, just like me, and she is part of the last generation of this family that has been around for quite some time, a couple of years. Tell us a little bit more about a little bit of history.
Okay, so we have the first witness that the Marinelli family exists since the 1339, when we found in a little town near Agnone, between like Agnone and Capracotta, Posta Fibreno, that's the name of the little town,
Okay.
where we found out a bell, and this bell is assigned Nicodemus Marinelli Anglonensis. That is Latin, and that means Nicodemo Marinelli from Agnone. So we have the witness that we exist since the 1339. While the oldest bell that we found near Capracotta was the bell that is dated 1000.
Wow.
Because yes,
1,000.
it is 1000 old.
1,000-year-old is impressive. So we are in the town of Agnone,
Yes.
in the region of Molise, but you said that that bell that was the thing that you realized that is the start of all of this family was in another city.
Yes, in Posta Fibreno.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? Did you have a factory over there?
No, we didn't. But there is an interesting thing about the ancient times when they found bells. That is that before that the bell foundry has a specific place where they set up all the things in order to cast bells. The bells were done place to place. So
people went and created the bells on the spot?
yes, where the bells would be then pulled up and exposed to the population. So yes, they go where they had to go, and then they set up all the stuff that will be needed to cast the bells. And then at the last, people that believed in the faith of the bells cast, they throw into the liquefied bronze some special objects like rings,
That's
necklaces.
so beautiful.
yes,
That is
earrings.
amazing. So they would throw their personal valuable belongings inside so that it was there forever.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's very special.
Now, Eva was telling me before that there are very specific measurements, that the base has to be a specific measurement and the height is half of the base. And these are the bells?
No.
No.
Yes, they are bells.
Good question,
obviously.
Valeria.
These are bells, but not the right ones,
Okay.
because they are old bells and they were cast before the 15th century. Until the 15th century, they didn't know how to cast a bell and didn't know the right measurements in order to obtain a specific tone so that the bell will ring then. So they cast the bell on empirical experiments. Yes.
Why are you lying on the floor?
Because you see these little dots over here? I wanted to see how long this is actually the diameter of the largest bell produced in this facility by the Marinelli family. And so I wanted to see if I was as long.
So you have a very important word in your name, Pontificia, that means related to the Pope, therefore to the Vatican. Why?
You see this Pope?
Yes.
Okay, he is the one who in 1924 gave us the title of Pontificia and gave us the authorization to put near our name Pontificia. So for this reason, we are called today Pontificia Fonderia Marinelli.
Wow, that's a huge honor.
It means that we are related to the Pope, so to the Vatican. So for example, the bell of the Jubileum was cast by us. This is the replica of the Jubileum bell 2000, and now it is located in the Vatican's garden. So this is smaller than the real one, and the weight of the real one is 50 tons, and the diameter of the base is 2.5 meters.
But I see that bells are not only about the Vatican, because there are different types of bells. I see the United Nations, and so every bell is actually customized for the client.
Yes. So it's the client that decides what he wants on his bell. And then, in order to what he wants, we customize and create stamps. So the plaster stamps that became wax when they are poured, that Eva was speaking to you before.
So it's actually a project that you do together with the client.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So you have, I see one about the Bell of the Peace, the United Nations, then there was a memorial one about a child.
It's like creating a relationship with the client, yes. It is.
And imagine the honor that you have your family bell or your event bell. Wow.
Believe it or not, bells can break. Look. So this
is the light in it.
This was struck by lightning. This looks like a gunshot.
A bullet.
A bullet.
Yes, sure.
And this I have no idea.
This brick is for this, the clapper of the bell. So the thing that we hang up inside the bell in order to ring the bell. We have specific rules to make the clapper. So the clapper is made by iron and its weight doesn't overcome of the 3% the weight of the bell.
Oh, okay, so that's, again, here it's math.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And the clapper is hung up in order to hit the bell on the maximum thickness.
So it's also, you have to know specifically where this hits the bell.
Yes.
So at the largest thickness, so I can feel it. It's like right here.
Yes.
Okay.
In order to obtain the right tone of the bell.
Okay, I see. So if it's not properly,
Break.
okay.
Un museo molto bello, è mio e quindi
Well,
però è
yes, exactly,
statico.
because let me introduce this gentleman, because these people just randomly appear, but he is actually the third, well, a lot of generations, but you are the owner now of this amazing fonderia, and he is the father of Benedetta. He was the one that created all the museums the museum that we saw up that is very static still. He goes, and here, that looks like a museum is actually where all the action takes place and where everything gets done.
Un'azione molto lenta perché le campane insomma hanno bisogno del loro ritmo e sono fatte con materiale naturale, quindi il materiale naturale bisogna dargli il proprio corso.
Never thought about that as a bell. He goes, yes, but even the job that is done here is a job that is done very slowly because the bells take time to make, and however, they're natural products that have their time. So this is a fake, this is the mold, the outside,
Okay.
This is the mold of the bell. And you were saying that once you pour in the
Bronzo
bronze, they have to be buried?
interrate
Yeah,
sottoterra.
it has to be done underground so that it doesn't move.
Benissimo.
So then you have first all the preparation of the mold to do the bell, then you pour in the bronze, and then you put it underground, and then you have to remove everything again,
Yes.
so that you just have the bell.
Sì.
So it's like back and forth.
C'è da dire che adesso è un'emozione un po' per tutti, anche per me che faccio questo lavoro, perché andiamo a vedere realmente cosa c'è.
Well, exactly, because it's like opening a package, the unboxing of a bell. Let's see what's underneath. That's beautiful, because you created it. Because the design that you had in your head, everything that you had planned, then you actually see the final result. And so you see if you did a good job or if you have to start all over again. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
I know you're all asking yourselves, where's the part that holds the bell? Very good question. So we asked, so the crown, which is the top part, is done separately. The mold is done separately than the mold done for the bell, because the vibrational thing of the bell has to be done by itself. And so then the mold is put on top, and then the liquid bronze is poured in, and it becomes one, but the mold part is done separately. And guys, this is like, wow, we have been invited to watch a very particular and magical moment, and you guys are gonna be watching it with us. We're gonna be opening a bell from the mold.
They opened a secret door and...
Stop, sorry, just a second. I wanted to tell you that if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, Local Aromas, do it now. There's so many things that we're working on, so many videos about Italy that I know that you do not want to miss. So subscribe now.
This is where the wax decorations are created that will then they will stick on the mold of the bell.
Quello che può sorprendere entrando qui è che tutti i negativi, la maggior parte dei negativi, perché poi ne abbiamo tanti, sono conservati a parete, negativi in gesso, che è l'unica cosa che possiamo, diciamo così, conservare quando fondiamo una campana.
Certo. So remember how Ivo told us that the entire bell and the mold and everything that has to do with the bell is then destroyed?
We have to destroy the mold.
Because once you break and you set the bell free, you need to break everything. This is the only thing that stays, because this is like the negative of the wax decorations. And so this is actually the only things that remain in the preparation of a bell. Now, how do these decorations take place? So you first have what is called the positive. So the artist, which in the generations of your family you've always had, and this is the last artist so far, look at that. Wow. This is handmade, and what happens? You create this paste made with chalk so that you create the negative, all the things that are surrounding us. After, you pour wax in the negative you have created, and you get something that looks like this. You cut it, you clean the design, and then you put it on the mold of the bell. Once you have the bell, then everything, all the designs are here.
Di solito le campane piccole le facciamo sempre 2.
Ah, okay.
E scegliamo poi quella che è la migliore.
So the smaller bells, they usually make 2 of them so that you can choose which one is the best one.
We are about to witness a very, very special event because we are going to see the unmolding, or I don't know how you call it, when you unbell a bell from the mold. So the bell has been created, and now we're going to remove all the cast to see if the bell turned out as it should have. And that is quite a special thing. So this is a bell that is going to go to a client in Ireland. And so they're making a video to the owner of the bell to show them the birth of their bell, of his bell. And so you see Benedetta said fingers crossed, because hopefully it is perfect.
Can I say that I did not expect, first of all, to see all of this, but then, I mean, we just
Witnessed the birth of a bell.
We witnessed the birth of a bell. Wow. I mean, wow. Look, actually, let me.
Vale, it's hot.
Is it?
I don't know, but it feels like it's going to be hot. No, it's not
Look.
hot.
I mean, you guys, this is just. It's a privilege. I must say it is a privilege.
To see how bells are done, how bells are made, how everything is just wow.
Very, I must say it's one of the most incredible experiences that I have ever done.
I totally agree with you.
So I would say, Benny, mission accomplished
Mission accomplished.
above and beyond.